So today I'm going to talk to you about veteran fraud. Why is AARP interested in protecting veterans from fraud? Well, we have 38 million members nationwide, and at least 6 million of them are identified as U.S. veterans or active duty military personnel. So we feel that we have a responsibility to help protect veterans and their families. We also have the Fraud Watch Network, which is a wonderful tool that you are able to access online. And it basically gives you the latest scams and stuff. We work obviously very closely with the Better Business Bureau, not just locally, but nationally as well. One thing that we have learned is that veterans and military family are 40% more likely than civilians to lose money to con artists through scams, frauds, and different schemes. 80% of veterans and military families have been reported to be targeted by scams directly, and they're usually scams related to their military service. So I think that is an astounding number, 80%. This was in 2022. Military consumers reported over 110,000 fraud complaints. Those are just the ones that were reported, and those were just the ones that were reported to the Federal Trade Commission. And, the thing is that if anybody has been a victim in this room, first of all, you're not the only one. These people are sneaky and they're tricky. So please don't feel guilty. Reach out to someone, get some help, get some advice on what you can do. $600 per incident is the average cost of what it costs a veteran when they're scammed. Active duty service members are usually the highest in the fraud and scams. They're targeted the most. Then it's National Guard and Reserve and veterans. Even veterans, their average is $570 per incident. So let's talk about some of the scams. They like to pretend that they're the Department of Veterans Affairs. They like to pretend that they're the Social Security Administration. They like to pretend that they're TRICARE, the healthcare company for veterans and military. First of all, you can always block or report texts as junk or spam, same with emails. And then, phone calls, you just hang up. You don't have to say anything to them. You can just hang up. It's fine. You don't have to answer it. Like I said, we have the Operations Protect Veterans, and we also have our Fraud Watch Network. And it's, AARP, fraudwatchnetwork.org. You can just Google Fraud Watch Network and it'll come right up. You can Google Operations Protect Veterans, AARP, and it'll come up. We've got a ton of resources on there, from the latest scams to how to deal with them to how to report them. We actually have a 1-800 number I'll be sharing with y'all in just a little bit. That's our Fraud Watch Network. You can call that at any time. You can call it if you suspect a scam. You can call it if you feel like you or a loved one have been a victim of a scam, and they can help put you in touch with advisors and folks who can help you, guide you through what to do as far as reporting it. If there's any chance of you getting your money back, they can kind of help you and guide you through that. So that's very important. So top scams faced by veterans. This one to me is really just, well, they're all evil, but when somebody benefits buyout scams, you have served your duty, you have served your country, and then someone randomly calls you and says, we're going to buy your benefits from you. We'll give you a lump sum, and we're going to take, and then that'll be that. And it sounds really good at first, right? Especially if somebody's struggling a little bit, if they're on a very limited fixed income. But don't ever accept one of those offers until you have looked at the benefits, va.gov right here /pension. If you go on the VA's website and check out what it says about benefit buyout scams, you always go directly to the source, right? Just like if your bank calls you and tells you that they need, X, Y, and Z from you right now or whatever, you can hang up and you can call the bank yourself, right? Fake charities. This is one that comes around. It affects veterans and military a lot. And we know that there are veterans out there that are struggling right now financially, health-wise. So we want to do everything we can to help them. You can always go to CharityWatch.org or CharityNavigator.org, And these places are, these websites are websites where you can go and you can look up the charity that's contacting you. Employment scams targeting veterans. Veterans, once they are done with their duty, their active duty, some veterans do go back into the workforce. Some military spouses are in the workforce. They lose twice as much money than civilians do with veteran scams and jobs because, of course, again, pulling the heartstrings, pulling on those who have, served our country. And moving scams. And this is one that's pretty scary. And this is probably a lot more with active duty military. But, when they're moving around the country, they need somebody to move all your furniture and everything hostage, essentially, until you pay them whatever they want to pay. So, we recommend going to Protect Your Move, the search mover. And of course, again, you can always go. Better Business Bureau has a list of reliable movers. GI Bill education marketing scam. Again, that's kind of like a buyout. They'll buy out your GI Bill. Go slow. Don't make financial decisions when you're emotional. Don't make them when you're in a hurry. Don't make someone else make you feel like you need to be in a hurry. And again, protect your identity. This is really, really important. Shred documents with private, sensitive information. Don't share your information with people who contact you. Again, hang up, ignore the email, whatever. Go check it out yourself. Watch your bills and your financial accounts. Keep an eye on those. Watch your statements. There may be a charge on there that you don't know about. All right. And of course, annualcreditreport.com. You can get your free credit report and look at your credit report. Look over it.